The corridor floor was full of blood, filled with deadly screams. A man was limping and trying to run to escape his blood. And that's when he stood. The ruthless Mafia king came with small strides, not even in a hurry but full of pride. She shook the man's other knee, making him scream in pain and fell to his knees. Boss, please spare me. Forgive me. I made a mistake. But I'll never repeat it again. Jungkook didn't even let him finish. He just shoot him straight in the forehead, making the body fall on its back. Seeing him, Jungkook smirked. To forgive? Am I God here to watch and forgive everyone? He cursed at the dead body and glanced at the rest of the girls, who stood there with tension in their eyes. Who am I? Mafia King. They said slowly, as if a single wrong word could get them killed too. What? The ruthless Mafia John Jungkook. Hearing it, Jungkook smirked further. He raised his gun toward them, a jealous glance in his eyes. Whoever is working under me, remember, there is no forgiveness for me. If anyone does wrong, then just be ready to die by my hands. I'm not a god, but I'm the ruthless king, the Mafia king, who was born just to rule this giant empire and kill the enemies. One screamed in pain while crying. When Mrs. Spot struck her back with a leather belt, the son echoed loudly. Please, Mom, don't beat me, she cried, begging, but her mom didn't listen or show any mercy. She hit the same spot again, making one skin burn with a red. One screamed again in harmful pain. Then agreed to marry him then. One was trembling, joining her hands together, begging as she was scared to marry the ruthless Mafia king. Mom, please show mercy. Seems like my daughter wants me to treat her in my own way personally. When she heard her father's voice, she cried back, shaking her head. Mrs. Park smirked and simply turned down to it, knowing her husband would make her run. One started getting scared and screamed. Mom, please don't leave me with him. Crying, Mom, please. She got up with difficulty and tried to run after her mom, but Mr. Park dragged her by the waist. Let her go, darling, so I can have some fun with you. He pulled her by the bosom and started touching her body while she tried to shield herself, crying, Father, please don't touch me. She was crying in a mess. Then agree to get married. You will get pamphlets, and so will we. You will be free from our adoptive parents, and we will get business with the Chung family. Van didn't think for another second. She immediately agreed to get married before he could ruin her life in that moment. During the wedding, Van didn't even dare to see whom she was getting married to, and the wedding was so simple with only a few important guest presents. When the maid opened the large bedroom doors, Van stepped in with tension, and the doors closed behind her. Van was scared she would be alone in the big room, but then her eyes saw Jungkook sitting on the bed, smoking and staring at her. She got chills from the way he looked at her, like he was staring into her soul. She swung, and he smirked at her reaction. Then she immediately looked it out in fear. Again staring down instead of at my breast. Do you love floors that much? If yes, then you should have married that floor, baby girl. He said sarcastically after taking a drag from his cigarette and exhaling the smoke, filling the room with its smoke. He rolled his eyes when she stayed silent. Come here. Vine was scared, but she had no other option. She walked toward him, taking the small steps while clutching her wedding gown. When she stood in front of him, he held his head and spoke. Look at me. She slowly raised her face and met his eyes. That was it. He dropped the cigarette and looked into her eyes closely, as she looked at her and full of fear. You have got no idea how badly I'm already losing my mind. Just wanting to make you know. Have you begging for more? He was about to touch her, to pull her and make her sit on his lap, but she quickly hid her wrist behind her in panic. Seriously? He raised his eyebrows. Maybe you are just shy? He tried to touch her again but saw she was already trembling, so his hand stopped midway. He didn't try to touch her and just stared at her for a few seconds, confused. Aren't you ready for physical relationship with me? He gritted his teeth as she stayed silent, not even uttering a word. Then he shouted at her, standing up and joined over her. What did you put in your mouth? Not giving a damn answer when I'm asking you nicely. She was scared by his sudden anger and tried to speak, even though she didn't know what to say. Please, I'm scared. When he heard her voice, his anger vanished and he exhaled. Scared of me or scared of hiding with me? The way he asked so directly made her lips spot in shock, and no words came out right away. But just a second ago, she had seen his angry side, so she spoke with distress. Please, give me some time. He brushed his lips into a thin line and looked at her for a few more seconds, reading her facial expressions, then sighed. Get on the bed and lie down. She looked at him with wide eyes, as she didn't expect this from him even after what she said. She hesitantly lay down in fear, and when he got on the bed too, she felt her whole body freeze in panic. But what he did next made her to go blank. He took the blanket and covered her and lay down next to her. Is he for real? So he's really not going to force me now? He spoke without even opening his eyes. Why are you staring at my face like that? She flinched when she heard his voice, shocked at how he could sense her eyes on him, so she quickly closed her eyes to sleep. After freshening up, Vaughn went downstairs to the kitchen to make breakfast. But she heard his voice again. She looked in his direction and saw him already waiting at the dining area, sitting there alone and not eating. Hey, come here. She went to him and he signaled her to sit in the chair next to him. She hesitated and sat beside him. Don't you know you should wake up and make breakfast for your husband? What do you think? I'll just sit here and eat from empty plates? When he asked her in a strict tone with a cold voice, she got scared. I'm sorry, I'll make it right now. She was about to get up, but then she heard a female voice. She looked back and saw his mom already bringing the breakfast from the kitchen. He was kidding. I'm the only one who makes food here. Jungkook doesn't like anyone else's cooking. Is that called kidding? I thought he would eat me for not making breakfast. He was so scary, even while joking. I'm wondering how dangerous he would be if he acted too seriously. Mrs. John was serving breakfast while Jungkook was eating and talking. Wine hesitated at first, and Mrs. John blinked at her, signaling her to eat. So Wine started eating. Suddenly, Jungkook got a call. Mom, I'm leaving. He got up and left, and Wine confused at Mrs. John that she didn't stop him from finishing his breakfast. Don't be confused. Your husband is very strict and won't listen even if I tell him to eat first. When it comes to his work, he becomes very dangerous and strict. His mom was speaking so closely, telling her about him, and Wine kept her eyes on her, silently observing how your mother can see her child and how different it was from her own family. Now it's your turn. Tell me, how much do your parents love you? What happened? There wasn't any kind of affection in my family that I could compare to your love for your son, or even talk about. My family was different, so I have nothing to say about them. Okay, now that you have become my son's wife, you are part of this family, and we will love you as well. From that day, Ryan started receiving so much care and love from him. Sometimes she questioned herself as a really ruthless award. And Mrs. John was so kind and she treated Ryan like her own daughter. Jungkook wasn't too close, but not too distant. Ron, give this coffee to Jungkook. She handed the coffee mug to Ron and she nodded hesitantly before leaving. Shut the hell up, man. I don't want any excuses. Not even for a second. I want popcorn containers on our ship by tomorrow morning. He was seriously warning when a few were standing there. Vanya stopped in her tracks, her hands slightly shaking as she thought she came at the wrong time. He glanced at her where she stood away from them, then gestured to Ben to leave. Ben was surprised at how easily the boss was letting him go. But when he noticed his wife was there, he understood and left with guts. Jungkook looked at her and signaled her to come to him, and she walked over silently. What? Coffee? Don't I know that? She felt his tone was making her. Why did you stop there instead of coming to me right away? You were angry, and that made me scared. Did I ever show my anger to you? She shook her head. Then why were you scared for no reason? Just come to me if you want something or need to give me something. Understand? He took the coffee mug from her and sipped. Nice. Mom made this coffee. I'm sending it to you, not for the coffee. Hearing that, her cheeks turned red. I need to help Mom. She is cooking around. She hid her face and left. Jungkook smiled at her the way she was holding her emotions, not showing them to him. She's still trying to hide herself from him. She asked for time, and I'm giving it. But how much longer should I wait? She is literally testing my patience. Why can't I be ruthless with her like I'm with others? Why am so soft only for her? He chuckled and sipped his coffee. Jungkook had just entered the bedroom and looked for Wang, but he didn't see her. He was about to call her name when he heard the sound of the shower from the bathroom, so he understood she might be taking a bath. He was about to leave, but he flinched after hearing her scream. He ran to the bedroom door in shock. What happened? Are you okay? He didn't get a response from her. He asked again, banging his fist on the doorway, but still he got no reply. Losing patience, he kicked the door and forced it open from the outside, entered. He froze when he saw one lying on the floor with her body for a second. It felt like his soul left his body as his eyes fell on her whole body was covered with warmth. He started for the first time in his entire life, rushed to her and pulled her and wrapped it around her and carried her in his arms to the bedroom. Mom, tell her that only you have her when she fell in the bathroom during her bath. Okay, but I'm still feeling anxious. After that doctor and her scars said they were from burns and bleedings. Who would have tortured her that much? Let's find out soon by asking her about her personal matters too. No matter how much I ask, she always stays silent. Okay then, I'll ask her when the time is right. Okay, but... She stopped when Vine slowly started waking up. When Vine opened her eyes, she shocked to see Mrs. Strong and Jungkook in front of her. She remembered falling on the floor and quickly got scared, looking down thinking she was. But when she saw herself, she was well calm. How did I come here? She was scared. I heard you scream when you heard and I brought you here. I think your legs slipped while you were taking a bath. She pressed her lips into a thin line and looked at Jungkook, and he understood. He's speaking so she wouldn't feel uncomfortable. I just came now. Mom told me to come, and when I saw you, you were already here with you. I don't know what happened, and I didn't say anything. One side ended up. Is your head hurting? Yeah, I'll call the doctor for you. No, it's okay. She was scared the doctor might see her scars as she had bruises even on her head. Okay, take some rest. He left. One Kim and Sam Mrs. John and Jungkook waiting for her. What, Mom? I saw my face. And there is an important party at Jungkook's business partner's place. I want you to go to the party with Jungkook. It's important. Okay. Jungkook took Wine to the party and introduced his wife to his friends and peers. Wine wasn't that comfortable to talk to them freely, and Jungkook understood this and didn't force her to talk. Suddenly, he saw fear on her face. He followed her gaze and saw her father coming toward them. Seeing Mr. Park, Jungkook didn't understand why she was getting scared. Oh, Jungkook, what's a surprise? I didn't think you would attend this party too. As he said that, he looked at Juan, who was already scared, seeing how well she was dressed to Mr. Park. It was the first time he had seen Juan wear a good outfit and get ready so well. You look so beautiful, Mom. He gave a big affectionate smile and was about to offer a hug, but she stepped back, looking down. Jungkook noticed it, and Mr. Park laughed awkwardly to cover the embarrassment. Okay, enjoy the party. I need to meet some friends too. He left, and Jungkook just looked at his wife's face after he left. Wine peeked in his direction and took a deep breath. She went blank when she saw Jungkook looking at him with full eyes. What happened to us so suddenly? I'm scared. Jungkook got suspicious and glanced on them before looking at you. Do you want me to take you back to the mansion? Please. Okay, wait here. I'll say goodbye to my friends and come back. He left, and Wine was waiting, but her eyes widened when she saw Mr. Park coming again. She wanted to leave, but where could she go? Where did he go? Okay, come with me. He glanced down. It's been so many days since we talked privately. He licked his bottom lip and held her hand. He was taking her towards his girl to a place where no one was, and she was scared. Let go of my hand. She pulled her hand back and tried to go back to the party for Jungkook, but Mr. Park pulled her back and hugged her, capturing her in his arms. Please leave me. I missed you so much. Just a little bit. Let me enjoy you. Even though she was suffering and trying to move, he was holding her tightly and touching her badly. Jungkook came there searching for her and saw someone was harassing her. Who the hell are you? Jungkook rushed to them, grabbed Mr. Park by the back of his neck and slapped him, and while still gripping his leg, kicked him in the stomach, waking him. When he was about to pull his gun from his waist, he was shocked to see it was Mr. Kim, not someone else. Mr. Park, what were you even doing with you before I slapped you? He asked with confusion. I just tried to console my daughter because she was scared standing here alone, lost in the party. Jungkook glanced at Juan. She was holding back her tears. Jungkook didn't say anything. He just went to her and held her hand, took her with him to his car, leaving Mr. Park in silence. The car was going on a quiet road while Jungkook was gripping the wheel tightly. He was sure she definitely had problems with her family because she was always silent, and he glanced at her side profile and saw tears escape from her eyes. She immediately wiped them, but he had already seen them. That's when he hit the brakes suddenly. He pulled the car to the side of the road and made her look at him. He placed his hand on her back and spoke. "Well, I need to know something. Will you tell me?" "No. I need to know why you are scared of everything and what kind of father he was to you. The way he touched you made me think it wasn't a good touch. I know you aren't telling me about yourself, but if you trust your husband, I'm asking you to open up to me, and trust me, I can heal your heart. Not only your heart, but the scars on your skin." When he said this, she was shocked. "Yeah, I'm the only one who helped you when you fell, but I couldn't tell you then because you were happy and uncomfortable. But now I had no patience left. Just tell me, or I feel like I'll find my husband." She grabbed his palm and burst into tears, which made Jungkook stop. He moved from his place and hugged her. "I'm sorry for not telling you this. The scars on my skin were from being beaten by my mom and father. They are just names, father and mom. But they never treat me like a home since the day because they needed a child. They have been hurting me from the very first day." Mrs. Park showed her anger on me and hurt me, and Mr. Park was it. Whenever he got a chance, he always touched me warmly and hugged me in my place. I can't even explain. She was crying, telling him everything she had been hiding since childhood, crying alone every day. Hearing her painful story, Jungkook spoke to his boy, and she was crying on his chest. "I won't say don't cry. Cry as much as you want, but remember, this is the only time I'll let you cry. Never let your tears go from your eyes again." She looked at him through her tears. "I'll kill him both to show what torture is like. I'm scared. Please don't be cruel to them. Don't change into a bad person because of them. Don't be scared of me. I would do more even in my profession if I had to. But you're my wife, so how can I let them go so easily? I don't know anything. You don't know about them. They could harm you." "Okay, don't be scared." She hummed and he pressed her hand against his chest, caressing her hair. "You're too sensitive to even think about hurting someone back, but I'm not an angel like you. I have never shown my outside, the one that crushes anyone who dares to mess with me. I normally don't let anyone go who tries to poke their fingers into my work. So how can I let this go after moving the talks from my wife? I swear, I'll make them die with 1,000% pain. Horrible torture for what they did to you. That's my promise to you."